Chapter 402. The feng shui at Cubana Club was indeed exquisite to a certain level. However, in Alex's opinion, there was nothing extraordinary about it. In fact, an ordinary person might feel that the feng shui here was very good, but to Alex, the feng shui on the second floor was just like a glass of plain water. There were no advantages or harm to it, but it was also bland and tasteless. Since Alex had already made a promise to Faria, Alex did not mind taking action and raising the feng shui of Cubana Club to a higher level. At this time, Alex thought to himself as he combined all the feng shui secrets that he had studied in the tragedy book before he came up with all sorts of ideas to improve the feng shui of this location. Just then, a woman's voice suddenly sounded behind him. "Alex, you piece of trash. What are you doing here?" As soon as he heard this, Alex frowned before he turned around. At this time, he saw Olivia and a man dressed in a white Zegna suit walking over to him. The man was not any ordinary person, but he was none other than the eldest son of the Baker family, Alan Baker. Alan Baker was smitten with Olivia, and he really loved her ever since Sean had given her to him. He even promised Olivia that he would definitely take good care of her in the future. In fact, Olivia was initially very reluctant to be treated like a plaything that Sean could easily hand over to someone else. However, when she saw that Alan was really affectionate and sincere towards her, she willingly became his lover. In Olivia's opinion, even though the Baker family was not as strong or powerful as Sean or Tesway Group, they had at least $1 billion in assets. This was much more than the Richard family's asset. Therefore, after becoming Alan's lover, Olivia quickly regained her former pride and arrogance. Since it was Cubana Club's opening today, Alan had specifically spent $8 million to obtain a silver membership so that he could let Olivia experience and see the club for herself. As soon as Olivia entered Cubana Club, she was shocked by the level of luxury here, and she suddenly felt as though she was a socialite from the upper class. However, as she was immersing herself in this feeling and experience, she suddenly saw Alex, the person whom she hated to the core. It felt as though she had just seen a fly when she was enjoying a delicious and scrumptious feast. Disappointing. This was really disappointing. She was so disappointed, and all that she wanted to do was to get rid of this fly. Otherwise, he would definitely destroy her experience of enjoying her luxurious feast. Of course, it would be even better if she could swat this fly to death. When Alan saw Olivia firing a cannon at this young man who was dressed in casual clothing, he tightened his arm around her waist as he asked in a curious manner, "Olivia, is this Alex? The stinky son-in-law of the Richard family that you were talking about?" "Yes, it's him," Olivia said as she gritted her teeth. After that, she glared at Alex before she said, "This man here has been known as a notorious waste ever since he was in college. I really didn't expect him to be able to step into the Cubana Club." As Alan had been lingering around Olivia for the past few days, he had heard her mentioning some of the history of the Richard family, and he also knew how much she hated Alex. Therefore, since Olivia had just decided to become his lover, he wanted to please her even more so she would willingly stay by his side and remain loyal to him. Alan looked at Alex before he sneered and said, "Young man, is Cubana Club a place where you can come and go as you please?" Alex had a cold expression on his face as he replied, "And why can't I be here if I want to?" "Why can't you be here?" Alan grinned before he replied, "Because you aren't worthy."